remember when I was little, I had a much older cousin who would come to our house to use our oven to work on her baking projects. And I recall how she would periodically leave and then come back to check on her cake to see how it was rising. You know, she would do the toothpick test. I don't know if you're familiar with that, to see if it's completely baked or cooked. And at that time, I didn't quite grasp the science behind the rising. All I knew is there was something magical about the whole process. And I couldn't wait to have that piece of cake that she was baking. Sadly, I know, woe is me. I never got a taste of her cake, but it's a whole other story. And if you know baking, you know that what contributes to this rising phenomenon is a remarkable creature called yeast. Yeast is a fungus that has provided bread and beverage for more than 5 millennia. Through fermentation, yeast produces carbon dioxide that makes bread rise and alcohol that brews beer. It's truly a powerful and fascinating living single-cell organism that is also able to produce the intoxicating smells and flavors of freshly baked bread and the aroma of fine wine. Understanding the science of yeast helps us to appreciate all the more Jesus' image of it in today's gospel. He likens the heavenly kingdom to yeast by illustrating the extent of what a woman can do toward making a batch of dough. She does the kneading, and after that, the God-given properties within the yeast lead to the rising of the dough that will feed a family. And it goes to show a little human initiative yields much more than bread. In essence, what Jesus is telling us is that the kingdom of God is created by the qualities of yeast that we possess. When we go out of our way to help another person, or when we display patience, humility, and calm during a conflict, or when we're able to spread joy to others, even when we're having a bad day or week, or when we have very little in our pocket, but still shares our treasures with the needy, we build the kingdom of God. We build it not by big things, but just like yeast, by our small and simple acts of kindness and generosity that become the bread of compassion and mercy. By our empathy that brings out the flavor of another's wine for the good of all. And by our commitment to the work of God's vineyard to realize the harvest of justice. And by the way, boys and girls, I use the word empathy. Empathy means sharing the experience, or experiencing the feelings of another. It's different from sympathy. Sympathy is just feeling sorry or having pity for another person, but empathy is really putting yourself in their place. It's really sharing the feelings of the other person. So just like yeast mixed through bread dough, when we let the kingdom of heaven grow, we'll find our hearts, our lives, and our communities transformed. So wake up that micro-sized yeast in you. It's got a lot of power to increase greatly.
Hello, OLPH. My name is Mary Lynn Januszewski, and I'm the Director of Finance and Operations at Our Lady of Perpetual Help Parish in Glenview, Illinois. And this message comes to you with heartfelt gratitude and thanks for your ongoing generosity and support of OLPH Parish. This overwhelming generosity allows us to continue to serve and to minister to the parish community in so many different ways. So thank you, OLPH, for all you do. You are much appreciated.